Well, I just want to thank you for viewing the video. I'd say thank you for coming out tonight, but I'm the only one here in this room right now. But I thank you, the viewers, for coming out tonight. I hope I can be entertaining. As you can see, I'm wearing Sixers garb on. And I know we suck! We probably put a grade school team on the court and play better than the Sixers have done this season. But when you're a true fan, you stick through to your team through and through. And we all can't be fans of the Miami Heat. You know what that is? That's being an easy fan. An easy fan. So I stick to my team through thick and thin. And there's been a lot of thin. Lots of thin. More thin than a fashion model. But I digress. Anyhow, so I'm watching TV the other night. And I see this commercial for, enlisting into the services, being, in the military. And in the commercial, they say, well, you only have to do this for 1 week and a month. And I'm thinking, that doesn't sound too bad. And I started thinking about this. I'm thinking, but what if you would have done this in the summer of 2001? And then a few months later, we're at war. Then you probably go, crap! What do I do now? I've only had, 1 week and a month training. So does this mean that I can just go over there for like 1 week and a month? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, unless it involves climbing up a wall with a rope, or if the enemy has like a helmet with the drop-down bar mask, and we can grab these padded mallets and fight like we're in a canoe on a lake. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't even know how to shoot a gun. We didn't get that far. I just figured out how to do this fighting. I don't know. I don't know what use I'm gonna be over there. I don't know. I just finally got down to fighting, but took me a couple months just to get over that wall. It's a high wall. Yeah, but in all seriousness, hey, the troops out there, you all, men and women, brave men and women, you are some of the real heroes in this world, and God bless all of you. I just want to say that. And, it can never be said enough. Thanks for your service. So I'm watching TV the other night. Notice I do that a lot. I'm watching TV the other night. I come across this commercial. And it's for one of those new drugs. The best part of those commercials for the drugs is towards the end when they give you a list of things that you can't do while you're on this certain drug. It's part of the best part of the commercial because you see all sorts of weird crap in there, right? So, honest to God, kid you not, I'm watching this commercial, I see the end, and they're listing all these things, and one of the things that they say you can't do while on this certain drug is you can't be sad or cry. You can't be sad or cry while you're on this drug. And I'm thinking, so how does this work? Let's say I'm on this drug and I'm doing some channel surfing. Notice I'm on the TV a lot. I'm doing the channel surfing and I come across the movie Field of Dreams. And it's to that scene where Kevin Costner and Ray Liotta are having the catch, right? Father and son having the catch right outside. Real tearjerker. So let's say I'm watching this movie and I come to that scene and I start bawling. So what happens then? Do I get like a shock? Is it like, oh, this is such a sad moment? Ah! Does that happen? Then what do? Kevin Costner and Ray Liotta, damn you both! Ah! Wait a minute, it says I can't be angry at Kevin Costner or Ray Liotta. Damn it! Ah! Is that how it works? What happens happens if you're on a drug and something? Does it like it just shocks your system or something? Just like you're plugged into something. I mean Kevin Costner and Ray Liotta playing catch, and that's a great scene. I want to enjoy that moment. Anyhow, and you always notice how in these commercials, it's almost like some of these drugs, they need to come with like a dictionary thick book, of things you can't do while you're on these drugs. You can't walk when you're on this drug. You can't cry. It's an emotion. What do I need to take? I can't have an emotion when I'm on this drug. This isn't fair. I'm not supposed to complain. Anyhow, when these commercials are going, they have this really fine print of the things that you can't do. And I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? Pause the commercial, get down on my knees and have a magnifying glass and look at all these things I can't do, and I'm looking at the fine print. Well, the things I can't do is read fine print. There's just a bunch of things you can't do when you're on these medications. I don't know. Anyhow, I digress. So I went to the movie theaters a couple weeks ago and I watched the movie The Wolf of Wall Street. I really enjoyed the movie, but it was out in the theaters for about a month before I went and saw it. It got to the point, I go and purchase my ticket for the theater, and the teller on the other side of the glass said, "What kept you?" That's how long it took for me to see the movie. It's bad when the person you're buying the ticket from is making a comment of you and look how long it took you to see this movie. I mean, I understand, but hey, I'm busy. I'm getting these shocks from being sad and crying because I'm on this drug and I can't watch Kevin Costner and Ray Liotta play catch and feel I really need to get off that medication. But anyhow, so I really enjoyed the movie, but one of the things I didn't like was, you have these movie critics and they're panning the movie, and the reason that they're panning the movie is because they say that it glorifies the use of drugs. This movie glorifies the use of drugs. What movie doesn't? I defy you to find me a movie that doesn't glorify the use of drugs. Let me explain something to you. Finding Nemo, the Disney Pixar movie, that glorifies the use of drugs. Okay, I want to explain this to you. The Ellen DeGeneres, I can't even say it. The fish that Ellen DeGeneres did the voice for, okay? I can't say that 5 times fast, but you know the one I'm talking about. That fish was high as a kite the whole movie. Look at the eyes. They're all bugged out. She can't even swim straight. She's got the shakes the whole movie, I mean, it's almost like she would have shot herself up with octopus ink and done lines of sea salt, I'll help you find your son, Nemo. My name's Blue, I think. I could be another color. I don't know. I'm going to help you find your son. I think he's in a continent that ends in a vowel. Really. You got to think about these things. Some of my favorite movies glorify the use of drugs, okay? You got Dazed and Confused. That's a classic. You got Scarface, that's another classic, right? And you got Annie. Well, don't look at me funny. Annie. I said it, the musical. Red-haired kid. Annie. If you don't believe me, if you go to one of the scenes where they're in Daddy Warbucks' office there's a Coke box on the table. Are you kidding me? There's a Coke box. He's doing lines. All right, that's why his name is Daddy Warbucks. You gotta think about that, don't you? Anyhow, another side effect of the drug is I can't take this drug while watching movies that glorify the use of drugs. Oh, that's a real shame right there. Even the prescription drugs just get in the way of everything. But anyhow, I thank you all. You've been a wonderful audience, you in YouTube land. And I would say something to people here that I'm the only one here. I don't know, maybe I have a problem. But anyhow, thank you all. You've been wonderful. Have a great evening. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.